Jewish groups are among those mourning the death of Pope Francis. They point to the Holy Father's history of condemning anti-Semitism and supporting interfaith dialogue. In a statement, the head of the World Jewish Congress calls Pope Francis, quote, a true moral leader, a man of deep faith and humanity, and a steadfast friend to the Jewish people. And the American Jewish Committee says, quote, early on in his tenure, Pope Francis strongly affirmed positive Catholic-Jewish relations as an integral part of the post-Vatican II Church. For more, we turn now to Rabbi Abraham Cooper, Associate Dean and Director of Global Social Action for the Simon Wiesenthal Center. He's also met Pope Francis several times. Now, Rabbi Cooper, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, we want to get your thoughts about the Holy Father's outreach to other faiths, especially the Jewish community.
Well, thank you for having me on. And of course, this is a moment where the Pope, a very vibrant Pope, has still not yet been interned in the ground. And so an opportunity for me to express our condolences to the 1.4 billion Catholics whose relationship with Pope Francis was different. Pope Francis, in my experience, in the few meetings that I had the honor to have, was an individual who was open. The door was always open, unafraid really of controversy, maybe even welcoming it a little bit, and someone who tried to deliver. I also know quite a bit about his activities during COVID. Someone who also, showed the empathy with migrants who had just drowned on more than one occasion, and going to Africa and Asia to locations that were not necessarily Christian or Jewish friendly, but doing what he had to do. So in that sense, he was a very approachable pontiff. And if you asked a question, you got an answer. Didn't always measure up to what you needed, but the dialogue was there. We met 3 times at the Vatican.
Wow.
And the center, our founder, Rabbi Marvin Heyer, myself, came with delegations in each time. And having the opportunity to have private time with His Holiness, it was extremely amazing and important. And we always emphasize that as a Jewish human rights organization, we would be there to speak out on behalf of endangered Christians.
You mentioned that you were able to meet him 4 times. What do you remember most about those interactions?
His openness. This was a person man from Argentina, and whatever was on your mind and heart, if you had the opportunity, he would expect to hear it, and maybe the time allotted would be limited, but the relationships were there, the expectations were there. And I would say also my admiration for him. I also served as the chair of the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom. So I have an idea about some of the flashpoints that Pope Francis insisted on going to, because that's where the message needed to be delivered.
Rabbi Cooper, thank you so much for joining us.